What's up, YouTube? It's Young Man's Daily Red Pill back with another video. Thank you guys for clicking on today's video, liking the content, sharing the content, and just absorbing this information, absorbing this knowledge, because I believe this will be helpful for those of you out there that might be struggling, might be feeling down, might be feeling depressed. I hope this message brings some sense to you and maybe you can relate to it in your past. But honestly, a lot of the information I'm going to be dropping in this video, looking back at it, I kind of can get a little angry about it and a little frustrated. But I think it's important that I share it, and I think it's important that we talk about these issues on this channel. And instead of getting angry at them, we just realize how backwards today's women are, and today's modern women that likes toxic relationships is. So hopefully this story and what I'm about to share with you guys brings light to your situation, or you can learn from it in the future, because it has to do with something that happened to me not even too long ago. But I'm up sometimes in the middle of the night and my mind starts to race and think back about a lot of things that happened in life. And this was one of the things that stuck with me, all right? And I was like, I have to share this with the channel. I think a lot of guys need to listen to this and need to hear me out, all right? So with no further ado, I will explain what the heck I'm talking about. All right, let's talk about it. So without making this story too long and too complicated, in one of my last relationships, it ended in me catching her cheating. I found out in a really abrupt way that, brought a lot of stress and turmoil and frustration in my life. That was the final breaking point that made me take the red pill and create this channel eventually. And, that situation right there stem this new energy within me to create more and more videos, start working out more, start just being on my purpose completely, figuring out what I want to do with my life, taking more classes in college and just really just grinding. Because mainly, honestly, at the time of the breakup, at the time of me being cheated on, I really wanted to just prove her wrong, and I wanted to just kind of rub it in her face, all right? And I wanted to prove to her that, I was a quote-unquote nice guy. I was someone that was stable, but you were young and I was young at the moment. And I know that the stable, nice guys, the guys that, hold things down and they have a future potentially, and they're stable and they're consistent and they're already kind of like husband material, as you would call them, those guys are not fun to be with during your early 20s, all right, and your late teens. And that's the type of guy I was during my late teens, and I'm still in my early 20s right now. And being the nice guy, you will learn over time. And I learned this at a pretty young age, because the life experiences, it's not going to pan out very well for you. You will get taken advantage of. You will get stepped all and walked all over. I came from a single mother household, all right? So that alone right there, I was just not ready to enter the real game. So coming from a single parent household, being raised in the church, not really having my father around, I was just set up and prepared like a fine dish at a fancy restaurant to just be devoured by all these modern women out here in these streets, all right, as soon as I hit the dating market. And that's exactly what happened to me multiple times, but the last time we will be talking about this example. So to make a long story short, after she cheated on me, she moved away, I moved away, we kept our distance. I didn't keep in contact with her. She would occasionally reach out to me once in a while, but I ended up constantly blocking her, removing her. She kept trying to come back into my life. She calls me one night. I pick up the phone. It's from an unknown number. She asked me the typical questions. Hey, how's it going? How you doing? How are things? Have you been? Blah, blah, blah. Heard about your YouTube channel. This, that, and the third. She's probably watching right now. I couldn't care less. Drop a like, But anyway, she's calling me. And basically, to summarize what she's saying, she's checking up on me to see how I'm doing, hoping that I won't be doing as well now that I'm not with her, because she wants to use my pain from me not being with her in order to boost her own ego and her own self-esteem. This is what women do, okay? So even if you are doing terrible, even if you aren't doing the best, it's better to just lie and say you're doing great than to give her that ego boost to saying, oh, well, I miss you, I haven't been talking to any other girls and I'm still thinking about you. That's beta as hell, all right, guys? Don't be doing that stuff. You're always having fun. You're always learning. You're always growing. You're having a great time without her. It doesn't matter if your life's complete mess and you are actually depressed, you always want to play it off cool because you are cool, man. You don't need that female in your life. I know it might be difficult the first year or two of that breakup. Sometimes guys take forever to get over breakups or whatever, but you have to realize your best days are ahead, all right? And you can't let her know that you're still fixated on the past, which involves her. It's going to stroke her ego, and that's exactly why your ex is calling you, all right? So that's some game for you guys on why your exes might be calling you. But what she told me and what stuck out to me was she said, you changed. She said, I changed you. This is exactly what she said word for word. You're not like the guy I met 2 years ago. You've completely changed. Your whole demeanor, your attitude, your energy. You've changed into something that I like. And you wouldn't have been able to do that without me. I'm glad you changed. You needed to be hurt in order for you to grow. And because she came from a religious background, she said, God put me in your life in order to hurt you and break you down so that you could become the man you are today. And I needed to hurt you so that you could grow. Because in order to grow, you have to be broken down and then built back up into something to be made whole again. And I did that. That's what she said to me, which was absolute BS, which was a lie. So why do I share that with you guys? Why do I feel like it's necessary that I share the story with you guys? This is the mindset of the modern woman, all right? The modern succubus Jezebel spirit, all right? I'm not saying all women, but I am saying a lot. A lot of women, especially if you're a nice guy, they will intentionally hurt you. They hate nice guys so much that they turn nice guys, which I once was, and destroy that nice guy. So that by the time the nice guy finishes the race, all right, because they say nice guys don't finish the race, that guy who started off the race, he finishes the race as a player, all right, as a Mac, as someone that is red pill aware. He does not finish the race as a nice guy. Some nice guys do, all right, and they actually are not finishing the race at all. But women hate nice guys so much, especially the modern woman, the woman that's late teens right now, early 20s. She hates nice guys so much because she wants to have her fun. She wants to be with her girlfriend. She doesn't want to settle down yet, but you might be a guy that has his stuff together. You might have a good head on your shoulders. You might be studying in school. You might be working towards a goal that you have, but maybe it's not there yet. Maybe you're still raising money. Maybe you're still investing, and you're just at the very beginning of your success ladder. You know what? That woman's going to hurt you and leave because she wants to teach you a lesson. And that is what my exes have taught me. She told me she needed me to change. All right. She takes pride in the fact, think about this. This is how narcissistic these women are. She is taking pride in the fact that she changed me from being a caring, loving, nice guy to being the type of guy I am now. All right. So she's taking credit for this transformation and she's proud of it. And she actually finds me more attractive now, according to her. And I've noticed this. Women from the past that weren't feeling me before, now they're starting to come around more now that I've changed. It's really sick. Because I was such a sweet, kind, godly, little Christian guy at one point, going to private Christian school, raised by a single mother, really sweet, caring. I was the type of kid that would, sit and talk to girls about their relationship problems with their boyfriends. And I honestly didn't even want anything out of it at that time. You know what? I really didn't. I was just there to listen to them. And I thought women were just God's gift to earth. I run into women later on in my life, such as my ex and other women. They jade me. Okay? They create potentially a monster, a player, a bad boy, so to speak. And what's sick is these women now over here, a lot of them like me now. But they didn't like me when I was sweet to them. They didn't like me when I was caring with them and when I was listening to their problems. But now that I've changed, now that they feel like they can take credit for making me this way, now they want to come back. And now they want to act like they changed me. And now they're attracted to me now that I've changed. And I'm so tainted. It's pretty sick if you think about it, guys. It's pretty sick. But yeah, it's a lot. Like, to think about that, your average woman really does not like the guy you once were until you change. And then once you change, once you start to take on these dark triad traits, if you want to call it that, and I'm not saying you're putting on a front, but sometimes you do put on a front in your early stages. When you find out like that bad boys get all the play, that bad boys and alpha males, they're the ones that get all the women. It does something to your psychology as a man, especially if you were once beta, where you do have a lot of resentment in your heart. And women do change good men. They really do. And they take pride in hurting that good man and destroying him and making him into a bad guy. They really do. Women take men that they like long-term, destroy them short-term, make them into men that they end up hating, but they will sleep with and have children with. That's the honest to God truth. All right. So I hope that this speaks to someone out there. It's a pretty deep red pill concept if you dive into it. I'm sure this has happened to other guys out there where your ex maybe sees you in a new light now that you've changed certain things about yourself, or maybe she's intentionally said that she's hurt you so that you could grow, just as my ex has. And that's a true red pill right there for you. Like, a lot of these women don't have your best interest, and a lot of them hate that you were so nice and sweet to them, because they themselves, they realize that they're not even worthy of that kind of treatment. They don't even view themselves that way. So why are you as a man treating them so well? At the end of the day, you really have to ask yourself these questions, like, why am I treating her so well? She doesn't even love herself. And then in turn, if you're treating her well and she doesn't love herself, she's not going to respect you and she's going to leave you. So that's some red pill truth as well. Let me know your thoughts on the subject matter. Let me know if this has happened to you. Peace and blessings to you guys. Until next time, it's been your boy. I'm out. Have a good one.